it's the second part of each legend in the game, each class in the game, and skirmishers got buffed not too long ago, and been playing ranked, and I've been playing through every one of these people, and I can tell you, time to go back to the firing range for some tricks. We also hit diamond. We hit D4, told you we were gonna hit it. We've been gaining steadily. It's just, man, the randoms are something else, but we're getting off topic. It's time to go into the game. Give some tips to those skirmishers, those beautiful skirmishers.
My ultimate is ready. Woo-hoo!
Let's see if the power store is still glitched. It's not glitched in firing range. But, as per usual, we're gonna start the second round. We're going with the legend that is Pathfinder. And I'm gonna be giving you some niche tricks. So Pathfinder, one of the main things that's you gotta understand, Pathfinder is one of the most nerfed legends I've ever seen in my entire life. He used to be so strong and slept on in the very beginnings of the game with like I would think it was what, a 12-second, 11-second cooldown on this thing. Now he's a shadow of his former self. However, they buffed him with the new skirmisher update, so now he benefits from the getting a knock and getting an additional grapple, so that definitely helps out. So in case you already didn't know, there's plenty of other Pathfinders and plenty of other people who can give you even more crazy tips than I can with Pathfinder. First tip I can give you is that Pathfinder's ult, a lot of people don't use it this way, but you can actually use it kind of like how Fuses is to get intel on people. You can use this ult to really see where people are at and get intel. Not to mention, you can always see with this little blue line back here just exactly how far your ult's going to go and when it's going to stop being able to shoot a thing. And as you can see, Pathfinder's zipline goes 200 meters. 200 meters.
Let's check out that way, friends. Forget that.
200 meters on his ultimate. And one of the best things about it is that his perks, oh, it's delicious perks.
I leveled up.
Having access to both of these is strong. However, gaining access to ring consoles, I personally don't feel like it's that important because, let's be honest, controllers definitely need something else to their kit because the ring isn't even as important as it used to be anymore. It's still there, but it's just not. It's just a shell of its former self. However, recon is what I personally would go with. Now, most people would think the energized zipline thing would be a good one, maybe even be a great one. However, I will point this out: that energized damage on zips, I don't believe this affects your teammates. I've only seen it affect Pathfinder. I don't think your teammates are affected by that. So you might as well go with the best thing is. And to be honest, less damage on energized zip lines. I mean, let's be honest. 25% less damage. Not that huge. And it does not give it to your teammates.
I should get an upgrade.
However,
you can never have too many
that
upgrades.
grapple cooldown time,
using grapple,
30 seconds. You get that buff.
I've selected an upgrade.
Makes it 20 seconds. Look at how fast this stuff is coming back. Now, that might not seem big, but 10 seconds is definitely a worthy change on them. Sucks that it has to go to perp. You can also use Pathfinder Zipline to hit little niche movement text like this right here. You can... Oh, there you go. I got it that time. You can use this in a fight to really set people up and hit a crazy shot if you're accurate enough. That's a high risk, very low reward move, unless you have something crazy. But you can also use the zipline to kind of hit crazy and hit a guy for 129 because the PK is broken. And if you manage to hit the thing twice, get that super jump. Then you can use his ult to kind of get that free instant jump up into the air to get that momentum. And all you have to do that, to get that super jump, is just XAA. Now, I personally can't do it I can't do it without sliding my thumb across A twice. Because that's the only way I can get that speed boost that fast. For any other controller demons out there, and you can play claw, I'm telling you, it's going to be the way for you. But you can shoot this zip line to really get away. Now, the only thing they need to give Pathfinder is let him cut these. That'd be so cool. Because a lot of movement legends can't cut their zip lines, or a lot of movement legends can destroy their stuff, use it, and then destroy it so nobody else can come back with it. Pathfinder can't do that. Once you set that zip line up, it's there forever. So you got to really think about how you're going to do it. Also, if you press LB and connect with the ground and press A right as you connect with it, you'll get a speed boost like this to kind of lurch you forward. So you can use that to get height. You can use that to get height and really throw a guy off. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but it was an old Titanfall trick, and it still works here in Apex. One of the coolest things you can do with Pathfinder that a lot of people don't do anymore is you can actually grapple a guy. And as you can see, if you're using like a shotgun or something like that, you pulling them towards you is crazy. You can also use it to pull people towards you so you can bring them into the radius of a grenade. For example, it's one of those crazy ones, and you can disconnect it at any given time, just like a normal grapple. Let's say you threw a thing right here, right? You can pull this guy towards you, pull him in the radius of the thing, and cancel it. So you can cancel, so you can pull a guy directly into like the thing of like an arc star or a frag grenade even, or something like that. But you also have to be aware, you guys are going to meet at the middle, and more than likely, while you're doing this grapple, you cannot shoot. I can't shoot at all right here until we connect. So during that time period, the guy who's grappled is going to be able to laser you. So if you really want to throw somebody off and you really want to mess them up with it, you got to be unexpected. You got to be unpredictable with the path feed. Not to mention, this is a one-trick pony early game. You waste that grapple on this guy for 30 seconds, you better make it count. So one of the main things you can do is you can actually move around just like you can with the grapple. So one of the cool things you can do, and I don't feel like waiting on this cooldown, it's something else. But one of the cool things you can do with Pathfinder's grapple is if you actually grapple onto a surface and look around as you go through and hit that jump, you can actually make it to where you can grapple and really throw people off by moving around in the spot. And it really works better with like poles. But you can do it off objects like this. It just takes a little bit more time. But essentially what you want to do is you want to hit that grapple, hit that jump, and then you want to look away. You want to use the left stick and the right stick to kind of, if you know how to air strafe, that's kind of what you do with the Pathfinder grapple. You want to constantly move that left stick in the direction that you want to go, and then slightly move that right stick to kind of wrap around that target. And if you hit it with the grapple, you can hit it like this now. You can really go all the way over with it with the grapple. So that's one of those cool niche little tricks with Pathfinder. The grapple when and grabbing somebody in, you can definitely grab somebody into like a Watson fence, or say you chuck a nade and you really want to blow them up with the nade and you really want to race that grapple. If you can hit that stick, you can pull them close in, chuck a nade on it, or a thermite, but it will explode. You will be getting pooed on, and you want to cancel that grapple. Not to mention, Pathfinder's grapple works really well in certain areas. You can even use this thing to really push, but you got to be careful with those zip lines, and it makes you go so fast. Like Pathfinder's zip line right here is so slept on. It's so slept on. It's so slept on for movement anyway. Like being able to move your team, the only problem is somebody else can take it. But Pathfinder is a very slept on legend. Being able to get that knock, hit that grapple on somebody with like a shotgun, cancel it, blast them away, cancel it, throw a sticky grenade at them, throw an arc star at them. You can do a lot. Don't forget that cancel though. It's not like how it used to be, so you won't be getting your grapple back as much as you used to. But you can still hit those fast grapples, hit those deep tricks, hit those 108 shots, and pull on guys. And then they're not gonna be able to do anything. You can do one of these, grapple over them, turn around and pump them. The Pathfinder is a very slept on legend, so if you didn't know, hopefully those tips help you out. Now we're gonna move on to everybody's favorite person, Wraith. Now personally, I don't think passive 6 squads is worth. I don't believe it's worth on the left because, I mean, Wraith gives you an alert if people are looking at you anyway. The passive that warns you about squads I don't even know what the meters is, but I know they're basically an audio range. But Apex doesn't have audio, so you could do that, but 60 seconds on their alt cooldown is unbeatable.
Every little choice
That is a
changes the
no-brainer
path.
on their perk. Now you can choose 2 spots right here. You can either go with the tactical cooldown because you go out here, 20 seconds, you can make her thing be 15 seconds. I mean, it's pretty cool. However, Wraith's Q, her instant Q is so huge. It's so huge. Say you get a knock, right? Say you get a knock on a guy. You knock him. Right after you knock him, you know what you want to do? Say you're low. You want to make sure you can keep that HP regen that you get with knocking a guy.
This upgrade should
Get that
help.
attack lined up. Fight a guy, knock him. I'm out of here. Secure your health, and you can even cancel out of the phase to respawn. Another thing that you can do with race ports, a lot of people don't use, and it's really a niche trick, and it's all right, but you can actually still make crouch portals. You just have to go into a spot where you're crouched at.
We should go here.
You make a crouch port.
Punching a tunnel.
You can put it right here. You can also kidnap people.
Portal placed.
Kidnap them through the little ports. Now, watch this. I'm gonna punch this little guy through here. If he would go through. Oh, he can't go through the port. But whenever you get somebody in a port like this, if you make a crouch port with Wraith, they're forced to come into a spot crouch. Now, used to be able to crouch and then do it and activate it, but they took that out a while ago. It was too OP. But you can still do it if you get yourselves in little niche spots where it forces you to crouch and then activate a port. Because when they come through, say they're following you, you want to escape a team, you come through, they're crouched, they're stuck here. You wait on that, they're not going to be able to do anything. Even Ash down here, right?
They tried
Even
to
Ash
destroy
with all
me,
of her abilities,
but I
everything
keep
she had,
coming
right?
back.
Look at that. I'm trying to dash. Get me out of here. Let me dash. Let me dash. Nope. No dash for you.
An upgrade has
Not
been
dash, even with
selected.
that. You get out, you can dash. But even if she comes through here, no dash with that crouch port. Octane.
Whoa!
Octane comes
What
through.
a rush!
Stuck right here.
Go time!
He gets that speed boost. He'll get the speed boost crouched. But in the end, it won't matter because he's stuck in a crouch portal. Rev can make it out. Let's see Horizon. Horizon gets caught in a crouch portal.
Pick me up,
What
deployed.
happens? Look at that. You can slightly slide out as Horizon, but Horizon's OP for every reason. It'll just force you out. But even still, you're still going to have that free beam if you put him in a crouch port as Wraith.
This time will be
Kidnapping is a
different.
high-risk move, and it's an extremely skilled move, but if you land it and you kidnap a kid, you can obliterate him and his team. And the best way to do it is anytime you're making a port and you want to make sure before you get a kidnap, the first thing you want to do is start activating that port.
Follow the tunnel.
Jump. Now I'm gonna show you why you want to jump. Say this is guy right here. Come here.
Portal placed.
Boom. Get kidnapped. That'd have been a kidnap right there. So you kidnap a guy, he comes through. Guess what happens? Bam. He falls. He's gonna have to jump straight back up into that portal in order to get away.
This
But if you
upgrade should
kidnap
help.
him, he's gonna drop. Your 2 teammates are gonna be right here. He's gonna land there. Next thing you know, he's getting fried. He's completely out of there now. Kidnapping with Wraith is so huge if you play it right. So huge. It's a skill that you should practice with non-stop
Got my
fire range,
upgrade.
because if you
Let's see
can
where it
take
takes me.
consistency of those, Wraith is the only person in the game who can do that. There's nobody else in the game, not a single person in this game, who you can run up to somebody and instantly pull them away from their team. You can go in a port so you can't be shot. I guess you could say Ash if you get behind a guy, but who's wasting their ult for an inaccurate thing? It's a one-way. I mean, it's inaccurate. You're wasting the ult. You're wasting a full Ash ult, and you won't be able to go invisible. Like, you could run up on a guy, dash, and then hit that ult with him.
I took a moment.
I guess
to
it's possible
sharpen my
to run up on a
blade.
guy and be like, oh yeah, come here. But then you got to do all that extra stuff. You're gonna get beamed as you run up with that dash. You only get it in 10 seconds. You're wasting both your movements in one go. Oh, go, come here, come here. Up, he's in the way. I can't even do it. He's I'm dying. Ooh. He's in the way. You can't do it. Wraith is the only person that I've seen where you can do that. And that's what makes her crazy, because even though Wraith Rafe is definitely back in our former glory days for sure. But even though Rafe, that smooth is high skill ceiling, if you can land that, it's such free RP. The only problem is people have been kidnapped a good amount of times in their lives, so now they're kind of just used for it. So you want to kind of catch them off guard. If you see a guy fighting, what I'll usually do is I'll just try to kidnap it when I'm playing Rafe.
An upgrade
I'll go
is
for the
available.
kidnap.
I must choose.
Only way you're going to get good at Rafe is if you're consistently going for
Now
those
for the
kidnaps
right
to catch
choice.
people. And you can use Rafe in so many different ways. Say there's a
Zipline
guy
here.
up on height. You got your
Going
tech.
to
A lot of
face.
people use it to escape. Say you want to get up on height and test this guy. I've moved up here for free, taking a spot, and we can contest the guy over there now. A lot of people don't use her thing to really get a different positioning. And that's the problem with a lot of people. A lot of people just use her thing to escape. I use my Rafe thing to move through locations for free and risk no damage at all. Also use it to get away.
Path chosen. Got
The
an
Rafe
idea where it
is
leads.
huge. Say you guys are in a bad spot, you and your team is in a bad spot,
Punching a tunnel.
boom. Hit that port. And say you're getting stalked by people, say a team is chasing you, you can do something like this.
Set the portal.
Up, you want to chase me? As soon as you see that first line go through, showing that they're coming through, you can just free fire this. Free lasers all the way through. But I always say if you're going to make a port, try to find a crouch spot as fast as humanly possible when you're making a port. If you know you're going to get chased. So like for me, one of the best ways you can make a crouch port is a stairwell. You just got to find the right one. Because there's not a lot of stairwells you can crawl under. Like right here, see? Can't crawl under this stairwell. Can't go here. Can't go here. However, oh wait. You can slightly get in there, but it won't force the crouch portal. It won't force a crouch. You always want to try to force some type of crouch. And it's really hard to find little spots like that. Unless you're observant. But they've got a lot of these closed off in here. But you can find a crouch spot in a lot of spots. A lot of spots around the map will have these things like
be
this
something
where
good
there's
this way.
not something under it. I know Kings Canyon has so many crouch spots you can make just in like basic areas because of how the loot is. Like right here, you can even do one right here. Won't be a crouch, but you can squeeze yourself in here and get something going. Something like this. You can make this crouch. Get under one of these, crouch under it. There's a lot of different niche spots you can do with Rafe to get those crouch ports down. But Rafe is just super strong. Definitely play your life on Rafe for sure, because somebody once told me that Rafe was a really selfish character. I don't necessarily agree with that, because every character can be selfish if you play him right, except a few. Like I've seen lifelines not even throw their teammates their drone. I've seen people not even give people the conduit charge as their teammate. There's so many bad things people do with their characters. But with Rafe, you can constantly play her and be a support. There's not many other niche, other techs that Rafe can do that other ones can't, that I've noticed, other than that crouch ports and kidnapping people. That's just so huge to me. Being able to kidnap a guy from his team and laser him as soon as he falls out. Rafe's got her Naruto run back, so that kind of makes her hitbox harder to hit now thanks to her Naruto run being back. She's also still got one of the smallest hitboxes even after the change. And then if you put on the bald Rafe skin, you just strike fear into your enemies. And Apex is a mental game if I've ever seen one.
Now that
Octane
was awesome.
After the new buffs with Octane, after everything that goes on with Octane, double alt charge, unnecessary. You do not need this perk anymore.
This upgrade
I do stim damage on Octane completely. The double direction on pads, on PC, maybe it'll be huge. But on Octane, he's the only legend in the game. The only one where he gets a knock, he gets a free ult.
Hit the ejector
And let's
seat.
be honest, 30 seconds of a pad, you throw that one out, your oven's already sitting. I just threw mines out and it's already almost at 10%. Another thing people don't realize that you can do with Octane is Octane
Ready,
stim
set, go.
doesn't give you any movement penalties. You get stuck by Arcstar, hit a stim. You'll be able to run through it. You get shot by Ashnir, hit a stim. You'll be able to run through it. You get stunned from hitting the ground, hit a stim. You'll be able to run through it. Everything you do is going to be faster. You're low faster. You beam faster. You can bunny hop faster. Unbeatable with the B-hops. Just get out of here. You just move around with them. Free pad. A lot of things that I do recommend that somebody do as Octane. One of the things you can do as Octane is you can throw an arc star. Say you're trying to hit a pad, you're trying not to get followed, you can hit an arc star. Try to see if you can throw 2 on your way back and burn your pad up. Burn it away. Now I missed my two thermites because I haven't done that in a minute. But you can also beam it. It's about the beam your pad. You can beam your pad and make sure nobody can follow it. So one of the things I do with Octane is I'll consistently, what I'll do is, if I know I'm going to use a pad, one of his pads takes about,
Throwing jump pad.
Octane's pad, about 200 damage, 225 I thought that was.
Must go
We'll charge it
faster.
again. I'm going to do a full 1 clip on this thing with a spitty and find out exactly how much. But if you actually get the health low enough,
Extended light knife.
what I usually do is I
Level
just
1.
shoot it till I see like 150 and then I'll just wing it from there. But you can actually get some of your pads low. So whenever you take it, if you do manage to throw that arc star or that thermite, you just need to hit a couple shots and you cannot get followed with your pad. Now, yeah, you might use some of the ammo you have, and yeah, you might do it, but Octane, you gotta be unpredictable. You gotta be a psychopath as Octane. You're already taking 10 damage of health. You gotta do something to outwit people on your pad.
Hitting
You
the
gotta
eject
do
button.
something. Where's that spitty at? See exactly how much damage this is. Stop shooting. 210 damage is exactly how much it takes. So,
Faster, faster.
if it takes 210 damage, get this pad going. Takes 210 damage. Boom. You throw a pad. Hit it for 147. Now your C team's around. You got a pad. I'm like, oh, I'm getting chased. I'm getting chased. Bam. Throw an arc star. Or beam it as you're leaving. Beam it as you're leaving out. Now you can just turn around, shoot your pad, and completely clear any pursuit that you have. What's one of the main things I do as Octane from time to time. But a lot of people don't think about that in the fight. If I know my team's getting chased, and I know I'm about to get chased down, and I know we're in a bad spot, one of the main things I'll do is I'll tell my team to take the pad first. Take the pad, take the pad, take the pad. Take the pad, take the pad. And then I'll beam the living daylights out of my pad. And then I'll turn around in midair, and I'll shoot it so I can't get followed. Because one of the things about Octane is you can destroy your pad and just completely catch teams off guard with that. If they're getting pursued and you destroy a pad on them, they're going to be like, what? Because nobody does it. Nobody does it. Nobody's destroying their precious pads as Octane. Nobody's hitting right here. Nobody's shooting that pad for 42 rounds there, beaming their pad up so they can't get followed. Nobody's doing that. You beam that pad, they can't follow. And it only takes a couple seconds to even do. Even if you're on the run, with Octane, right? You know how much damage you need to get this thing off. You're running. Oh, by the way, also stimming does not make you go further on the pad. I see a lot of people stim before they hit the pad. It doesn't make you go further. You're going the same distance with a stim in you and without a stim when you hit the thing. There's no reason to pop a stim when you go to the pad other than to waste HP. But nope. I go do this. Boom. Pads. I didn't even get a chance because I fried it too hard. You throw that pad a little bit ahead of you. Pop, 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 pop. Shoot it a little bit as you run up. Turn around. Laser it in the sky. They're going. They're not catching the Octane. I can promise you that. I've never seen an Octane destroy his pad. And the only reason I figured out how to do it is because one of my friends used to always shoot his pad, and he was like, oh yeah, I can destroy my pads. He used to always just destroy it so teams couldn't like use it later on after we'd be up on high ground.
Let's go over here.
But then I found out he could really laser his thing up. Get that out of here. I'm going. Laser that pad and get to moving. So that's another thing you can do with Octane. You can also throw an Octane pad on the door, however, it'll get instantly destroyed. His pad will get instantly destroyed by door opening now. Before it didn't used to be like that, but now you can kind of throw a pad on the door, like kind of away from the door, so when they walk through, they'll get spread around the room. But it's not a good tactic. It'll throw the enemy off, but it'll make them hard to get them when they go. So like I said, Octane is on its own as a high risk, high reward type of character. You can also stim to get in people's faces. You can do an instant slide now with the stim in you, by the way. You hit a stim, instant slide from anything. Instant slide. You move, you hit that stim and you're standing still, you get an instant slide. No run necessary. If I'm right here, this guy here, I'll get an instant slide. Oh, right here. No momentum needed. No momentum needed. Stand still. Boop. Instant slide. Oh, there's a guy here. Oh, boom. Instant slide. There's a guy here. Oh, boom. Instant slide. Oh, instant slide. I'm dead sliding now, but you can instant slide with that thing and beam somebody. Like, oh, this guy's right here. Slide. Speed boost. Speed boost and beam him. Speed boost and beam. Octane. Another thing too with Octane that you want to be aware of is if you don't have these perks, you're going to be taking so much damage. And the main reason I say to go for the stim thing on Octane is because you don't need the extra perk with the pad, man. With you being able to get back your ult as soon as you get a knock, your main priority is just knocking a kid and padding away. And if you pad away after you get that thing, you make it to where teams can't pursue you. See, I'm fighting a guy, fighting a guy, fighting a guy, fighting a guy. Oh, I got him. Laser my pad. Miss my shots there. But you want to get a little bit lower. But you laser that pad, turn around, and then you can keep going away. The main hardest part about this is this thing's one tap now. This thing's super low. Yeah, it's one tap. The main thing is making sure that you pay attention to those damage numbers so you know exactly how much you've done. Usually if you get like 150, I'm usually running like a flatline or something. With this new meta, I'm running a P20. So it might be a little hard to hit that double P20. But with the P20, 25 per shot, you're going to be able to instantly maximize it. 8 shots at the P20s and you're getting, that pad is about to disappear. So once you see you hit 8 shots, you know it's one more shot left into that pad's ready to go. And like I said, I haven't seen anybody do it with Octane. I've never seen Octane light me up and throw his pad. 125, 2 shots left. We're out of here. So you can laser your pad to prevent teams from following you. From anybody from following you after you get a knock. But it's that look down that'll get you. It's a high skill move, and I haven't been playing Octane like I used to. But it's one of those moves I just do on Octane to catch people off guard. And to make sure I don't get pursued, but with every movement legend in the game getting a thing, it'll get you. Then there's Rev. Revenant. Double mark duration. It's not worth. I don't think it's worth. You get a guy low. 30 seconds on the ult cooldown is huge. Fast pounce and charge time, no brainer. Being able to instantly do this. Now a lot of people don't know. You see how my hands just glowed right there? As soon as your hands pulse, you can get the maximum distance. By the way, you're going to go further if you look just slightly a bit up. You can go the furthest distance. A lot of people will do this. This will kill your distance. Up this high is killing your distance. You want to look with a slide angle like right here. And then you'll go flying. You'll go flying and selling away. Rev is so huge to stay on and get away from. Now without that thing, you got to be real careful with Rev. He's also got the fastest crowd speed in the game. So you can creep up on teams real slow, catch up on a creep up on them like this. He can also climb really, and I do mean really, really high. You can get on the wall, team up top. You want to get them at high ground? You want to show them what the murder bot Rev can do? Just connect to the wall. You want to do some crazy tricks? Just connect to the wall with Rev. You want to make sure you can't get pursued? Climb the wall with Rev. I don't know why there's an invisible barrier on that, but we're going to climb the wall now. You just climb the wall up on everything. You can get all the way to height with Rev. You can really use Rev's things to completely catch people off guard. One of the spots on King's Canyon, is that tower in the middle. If you actually climb the wall and then flop over, you can actually climb that tower too. Catch a team completely lacking. There is always the fact that you can just hit one of these, but you never want to use Rev. Look at that. Look how poo that is. What's that gonna do? What am I going to do with that jump? Absolutely nothing. Now you saw how low I just jumped right there. Now watch how I do it with an angle. I'm probably going to sell over this thing. Now we do it at an angle. This little wall right here. Up. Hit it with an angle a little bit. All the way over. Always, always, always use this thing at an angle. Looking straight up will kill every ounce of distance you get. Now, Rev's ult makes his hitbox so huge. And it's one of the things I don't like about Rev, because yeah, you get the extra shield. You get the extra 75 HP. You get the extra 75. But you get beamed so fast in this thing, it's ridiculous. So, despite it making you feel like you're in God mode, if your hitbox is as big as pre-nerf Gibby, it's not going to matter what you do because they're going to be able to beam you. So one of the things you want to do with Rev is a lot of people just stand out in the open. Your hitbox is so huge. Even behind this box, this guy would be able to beam me. And I'm going to show you just how huge his hitbox is in third person mode. It's so huge. Watch out. Look at my body right now, right? Now watch what it looks like with the Void of Shadow. See that giant ball around me? Believe it or not, that is part of my hitbox. So if a guy has an R9, it's not going to matter if I have those 75 shields, because I'm going to get beamed. From behind this box, look at this. Watch me behind this box right here. Behind this box, my whole body is covered by this box, right? Because this little aura thing is here, I'm going to get beamed. So the only thing you can really do on Rev is be weird. You need to constantly be moving. You need to shoot a guy as quickly as possible, blitz him down, and stay moving as Rev. Not to mention, getting knocks extends and charges your shields too. So getting a knock on a Rev is huge, and it'll start instantly regenerating your shadows. But you have to be mindful. With a giant hitbox like that, a guy with a R9 is right. Now, I personally feel like the Rev thing is not as good. With a hitbox this big, the 75 HP thing is just not. There's a reason Rev ain't in meta right now, because his hitbox is huge. Every shot you would have missed, a person would have missed on you, you're gonna get beamed up. His ult is one of those things that you just use, and if I want to use, I'm using his ult in a situation where I'm about to get fried and I need an extra additional shields. But even then, the hitbox is just so huge. So I personally don't like Rev just because of his ult. Because I get beamed in his ult all the time. Every time I get beamed in his ult. It don't even feel like I have an ult. Horizon, there are no tips for Horizon. Get the tack cooldown because it's the most broken tactical in the game next to Ashe. Get the soft landing, getting you HP regen. Horizon is one of the most broken characters in Apex history, bro. There was Prime Seer, then there's Horizon. Horizon to this day, back when support meta was being run, you weren't immediately throwing if you had a Horizon on your team. And you want to know why? It's because almost 90% of the ults in this game, Horizon's tactical can get you away from it. You get Gibby bubbled, Horizon Q. You get Gibby ulted, Horizon Q. You get Ashed, Horizon Q. You get hit by a Horizon ult. Guess what? You can Horizon Q right out of that. Carry you straight up. You get hit by a Caustic ult. You can Horizon Q out of it. You get hit by a Fuse thing. Horizon Q. Bang ult. Horizon Q. All of this. Horizon Q. Missiles. Horizon Q. Ballistic. Horizon Q. Mad Maggie. Horizon Q. Every one of these you can just Horizon Q straight out of. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And the worst part about it,
Pick me up,
you got this perk that lets her hit the ground at Mach speed and get an instant slide, so she can beam you on the dodge like that. No other legend has that. And if she has the HP regen on the thing, she only has to go midway up her halt to get that little speed boost and that extra little shields. Horizon is so broken. If you want to win games, if you're getting down on hard, play Horizon. She can take height with an entire team. Her all to pull people through walls and break doors. And guess what? In order to activate her perk, this is how high I gotta go. Look. I don't even gotta go up her full off. Oh, I got the boost. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, that's high enough. Let me get a free boost. Not even the top of her off. And that would have charged my shields at perk. Horizon is so busted. The biggest tip I can give you is, player, you're gonna be in. She's still able to bunny hop. She can air strafe in midair like nobody can. She can do so many crazy tricks to Horizon in a gunfight. Look at that. Look at that. I just jumped off of the box and was able to slide back with instant. She is so good in the fight. Not to mention her air strafe control helps her out with these movement techs that are bunny hopping. And you can just move at the speed of light with Horizon thanks to her tag. You just move away. Bunny hopping on her is insanely huge. One of these things, even a super glide. Watch this. Let me hit one of these super glides here real quick. Oh, time to run. Look at that. You can strafe in midair with that. Look at that. Look at how I just curved in midair around that. And that's not even adding an air strafe to it. Add an air strafe to that thing. And look at that. Curving right, curved all the way in the air to go and hit this corner right there. Crazy. It's crazy. Her movement tech abilities are insanity. There are no tips for Horizon. You play her, you're already better than the next person in front of you, ability-wise. You can dodge everything in the game with a Horizon Q, basically. Just Horizon Q away. When in doubt, not to mention, you can go up here and strafe. If somebody's directly on top of you, look at all this dirt. Look at all this dirt in the way. Look at that. Look at all that dirt. You want to get a bat off? You want to make sure you fully reset? You want to make sure you're unstoppable? Just go ahead and Horizon Q. 10 seconds to hit that, right? Check this out. Say I'm fighting this dummy right here. Me and he get to a fight. Bam, 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 bam. He's not rocking that, he's getting lasered. He's running charge rifle in the massive. Oh, you're lasering me out of the horizon. You're blicking me up. Oh, guess what? Guess what I'm going to do? Let me take some damage, actually. Let me just show you what she can do in this game. Give me this frag grenade here. Give me the frag grenade. Here we go. Burn myself. Let me just show you just how powerful Horizon is. You're fighting a guy close range. Like this is Horizon, guess what you can do? You can just hit one of these. Start insta-queuing. Look at that strafe. Look at that strafe in the sky. Guess what? Oh, I'm going back into my ult. Up, I fly. I get back in. Boop, dodge again. You're not catching me while I'm in that. Boom, I can hit a whole Phoenix an entire time that it takes my shit to die. And dodge you in midair, and you're not going to hit me. Because you can't see anything. Now, the one thing you can hit is you can't hit a Horizon when she's on her Q and you're in a distance. But the strafe that she has is always so fast. Her strafe is insane in the air. Just look.
Here's a pick-me-up.
Boom. Boom, look at that strafe. Look, guess what? I'm going back in. I'm going back in. Up. Let me strafe you. Let me strafe you, buddy. And guess what? With her perk, you get charged back up with that. Not to mention, on top of all of that, she is a skirmisher. So if you get a knock normally, and then you hit one of these, you hit this little perk over here, you hit this little perk, you get a 25 HP regen on soft landing. You're low on HP, you're low on heals, guess what you can do with Horizon? Oh man, I'm low on HP, I'm low on HP. Man, I don't feel like hitting the stem. There's 25 HP right there. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Another 25. That's 50. Oh, man. Man, I really need some HP. Really need some HP with Horizon. Guess what you could be able to do with Horizon? You ain't even got to go that high up. Right here, guess what? I'm getting a soft landed. All you got to do is jump. Oh, that's another 25 HP. It's so crazy. 25 HP regen right there. Horizon is so strong, she's just extremely slept on. Oh, I'm lying. Every Horizon crutch is out there using it. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing games. Because of how broken she is. Somebody hits me with an ult. Guess what I'm doing? No, hit me with it. Oh, no. Oh, and I'm out of there. You get hit with another Horizon ult, queued. So crazy. She's so busted. There's not much more I can say about her. She's absolutely insane in this game. I've always hated her because of how busted and non-skill she is. Alter.
Here I am again.
Where do I even begin?
To twist up some minds.
Alter is so crazy. Alter is, I personally feel like Alter is the best skirmisher. First off, you get all the, you can choose between getting all the recons perks, getting sight, being able to scan beacons, being able to see guys off in a distance and point them as red so you can go crazy with range. You can get the support
An
thing,
upgrade
get a
to give
mobile
me the upper
respawn
hand.
beacon on Crab, res your teammates fast. Like, it's insane. The tac scan plus 15 seconds absolutely cheats. I've used it a couple times. It's not
What?
better than Void
I've
Vision.
upgraded.
Check this out, right? You're running in circle. You're in trouble. You need to maximize as many heals as you can. That's what you can do. You can use this. Avoid damage from the storm. Boom, speed boost. Oh, guess what I'm gonna do? Oh, I need to get to that storm. Another speed boost. Look at the bottom left. My tac is recharging. Even that 1 second of void, will keep you alive and keep your team moving. Not to mention, they buffed her, so now it doesn't even matter what you do now. You wanna know why? 'Cause you shoot a little zip
Going
line
out
out
gate.
when it goes through. Now a lot of people think you need to look up and get it. No, you don't need to do that. You just look at the line. You look at the line and press X. Straight through, I'm out of here. Not to mention, you can take this void
Readying
nexus
a
an
fallback.
infinite amount of times after a
Use the
cooldown.
void nexus.
Go through, guess what? I got 30 seconds until I can use that again. Also, if your teammates are downed, only Alter can look down at the bottom and hold X to bring them in. So that's another huge way. Every time somebody takes this, you can instantly frown because they come out looking in the direction you were looking when you toss this thing. So you're going to be able to beam them from free when they come out. All you got to do with Horizon Q, if you think somebody's taking it, it'll let you know when they're coming too as well. With a alter alt, it's insane. You can put 2 of them in the world. You can go straight through the wall. Boom, you're moving quick. You're unbeatable. And then you can use it on small cover. One of the main things I do with alter is I use it on small cover. Not to even mention, if you shoot a ability right on a wall, it'll reveal them through the other side of the wall. Like this guy, I'm gonna keep getting it, but since he's on the other side of the wall, when I shoot it, if he's on the other side, it'll reveal that person around the radius. Now it really helps when they're above you or below you to do that, but regardless, she's super strong. Being able to res people super fast with the recon perk is another just insanity. This insanity. Say you get into a fight with a team. She's meta for a reason. You get into a fight with another team. Say your teammate goes up into a fight. He gets absolutely pooed on. Guess what he can do when he's knocked? He can go to the portal. He just goes to the portal. He just presses down and D-tag goes to the portal. Every single time I've been playing Alter, what we'll do is if we get bodied by a team and rotate bad or do something bad, or we just get caught by some guys erratic, we're instantly hitting the queue. We're hitting the port. Because once we go through the port, no matter what happens, we are winning that fight when they come through it. There's no way you're beating an Alter if she comes through the port. Because all you got to do is if you follow that port, you're going to get fried into oblivion by double P20s. It is crazy. It is crazy. She's so huge. She's so huge. Not to mention, you can hold LB and on the right, it'll even show you how you're going to exit the portal. How you're entering into the portal through a wall and where you're going to exit at. Right here, I'm making a port. I can see it on the other side of the wall. I'm going through a wall and popping out at the back end of the wall. And I'm going to have another way back in. Right here, I can go through.
Placing a gate.
Go through this port. Blue. Got another way back through. That's not connecting with the floor. Now, we go here, right? It goes through the wall. That's where I'm
Setting a
going.
gateway.
Goes through the wall. There's no line. See how it shows no line? Doesn't show any connectors between the two. When both of those things are grayed out. Right here, no line going through. The other one, there's going to be a line that pops out. That's what that little jump means right there. Right here, no line. It's just going to be 2 ports. There's going to be no line that comes out of this. Right here, there's going to be a line that comes out this wall, but not at the opposite end. So when you come out, you cannot re-get back in through a wall. Right here, let's find that other one. Right here, I'm going to be able to hit it. That means, that little symbol means it's going to take me up and out of a portal, and the back end is going to put me out of a portal. But when you see those lines, that means you can catch that and grab a little line that's going to come out. And to show you what I mean is right here, right? No line.
Place a gate for any crashes.
It's a single line because of how it was grayed out, right? Single line, I can take it through. I can come back down through it, but I can't press X to connect to it. However, if I do this,
Setting a gateway.
2 lines. It's going to put me through a line. And I'm going to be able to use it for 2 lines. So you can really plan how you want to do a port. So say you wanted to push a team, like, man, I want to push this team, but I want to be able to come back just in case. Look for both of those lines. You see 2, you know you're coming
Going out
through.
a gate.
Oh, I got a line here. Whoop, through I go. Means I got a line here. It means you'll always be able to reconnect back into that with that line there. No line? No line on the first one means there's not going to be a port. No line on this one. When I come through, there's going to be a line to connect it, but no connector to come out. No lines coming through, just two simple ports. No lines are coming through, so that means once you go through, you have to jump directly into that spot of the portal. Otherwise, you can't connect back in. Now, it's super huge to use this thing because you get 2 charges with her. So you can use her to do stuff like this. Oh, I'm going through a port. Boom. Other guy up top. Boom. Use this to really bamboozle. Back to the port. Be unpredictable with your ports. Constantly use them. Because when you have these ports, the main thing you can do is be unpredictable with these things. And with Void Breacher, come out, light a guy up. Fight a guy here. Up, you're getting shot. Boom, back to the port. Fighting this guy on the door. Fighting this guy on the door. Back to the port. But people pick up on that. So you got to be real careful. Got to be real careful. Alter's so huge. So huge. You should always pick the support one on there. Always pick the support because you never know who's going to go down, and being able to get bubble respawn beacons on craft is absolutely huge. I personally feel like it's huge. So those are all my tips for the skirmishers. Small and steady ones, small and steady ones. Best skirmisher in this class is without a doubt Alter. Unbeatable. Best assault in this class is, come on now, it's Ash. Let's not even play games. She's picked 20% of the time in every game for a reason. But those are my tips for the skirmishers. Hopefully I helped some people out, gave you a quick crash course, showed you some niche tricks. And one of the main last tips I can give you is before you even go into a fight, have a plan B. That's what this port is for. That's what this Void Nexus is for. It's a plan B in case you mess up. Go ahead and throw one of those down out the open. There you go. Fight a guy. Oh, we're in danger. We're in danger.
The Void Nexus.
Guess what? You just look at it, hold it. Bam. You're through it. And guess what? It kills 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seconds for the port to form. It only takes 4.5 to res as a support. So that means your teammate can be picked up and hit a couple shield cells before that guy even walks through, because he's going to get HP regen. Then if you see it showing somebody just look down the doorway. But enough tips and tricks for the skirmishers. The next time you see me, I'll be giving you tips and tricks on recon. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you're using the meta. Make sure you're not being an L by not running the meta. Leave that honor out of your